Hello everybody, welcome to the Sound Test Room. Today we are taking a look at Waldorf Nave, one of the most beloved synthesizers on iOS. Has been for years since it came out. Unfortunately, it's kind of been abandoned because it's not AUV3, it doesn't get updated very often. I have no idea why, because it's a marvelous synth. It's so well designed. It's a wavetable synth. It's also got a subtractive synth in there as well. It's got filters and envelopes and all sorts of mod destinations, and we're going to take a good look around the synth and program some patches. It still works as inter-app audio. You can see I have it here in AUM, so it works in Cubasis as well, and so it still works, just not. What the heck is this? There we go. Right, so I programmed this about 5 minutes ago. We're going to just hit init here, so okay. And here's our initial patch. Right, so things to know. There are actually two wavetables you can use. You see this little bar here. If you drag this up, you go to wavetable 2. Okay, they're independent and controlled by the mixer. If you sometimes you'll initialize the patch, you'll get nothing here. It's the mix. This is where you control your volume, etc. Now, it does have a compressor if you need to make anything louder. So let's bring up wave 1. This is wave 1. This controls wave 1. This is the spectrum, and this tracks through the wave. Okay, now this little button here called travel, this is kind of pre-synced to the wave control here. So you don't need to use that. You can control this with any of the other modulation sources, of which there are your free envelope, filter envelope, amp envelope, 2 LFO. So for example, just let's go 1 LFO1, right? And let's close this down here and switch it on and give it an amount. So if I go to my mod and keys, this is LFO1. So in this state, as a sine wave, it's kind of acting like the actual travel control. However, we can switch this to say something like a sample and hold. And now it's just going to pick random places on this wave. And we can still use the travel control. So we're going to get some very interesting results. Now you can have it clocked, the travel control, or synced. Okay, so we've got that little sound there. Let's turn this down. So below this here, you will see you have this kind of oscillator. It's just a dead basic oscillator with some waveforms. And you also have, if you're on the square wave here, you have a pulse width control. So you could also modulate this with, say, LFO2. Let's switch it on. Give it an amount. Go and have a look at our envelopes again, and LFO2 here. So now you've got pulse width modulation. Been applied with LFO2 to the synth. It's not going to work with anything else, of course, because you need a square wave to do pulse width modulation most of the time. Okay. Let's put this on a kind of a sawtooth wave. Turn it down. Let's take Wave 1 up doing its thing. You also have wave 2. So if we mix this back down, let's scroll up to wave 2, bring that up. Initially, it starts you with a different wave table, this mallet one, but you can change the wave tables, right? So we could go in here and have this as a source sweep. Or a feedback. So lots of different wave tables to choose from. I think you can import your own via iTunes or something, I don't know. That's quite nice, so I'll use this one. And then we can go into our filter and envelope here. Now, we can control our filter again with any of the other modulation sources we have to choose from. Let's choose this free envelope here, which is this one. Switch it on. See, now we're opening our filter depending on our envelope. And it'll decay depending on how we set our decay. So you can shape your envelope if you have it connected here with this envelope here. So, and there's your amount. Okay. This is our basic amp envelope here. And this is global. Okay. Let's give this a little bit of travel. Very nice. You can also control a mix here if you want to. You've got pitch controls. Now, what's cool, if we look at the oscillator a sec, you also have the Uber wave. So let's switch that on, which is kind of stacking. So let's blend these back in together. Very nice indeed. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to add some effects and stuff in. So let's go to our effects section here. We have some modulation effects, some delay effects, and some reverb. Let's turn reverbs on, really. It's really cool. It's actually vast. Let's switch this to chorus. we also do have a dedicated filter envelope here, so now you can choose, you have a modulation matrix here, which you can see is 10 slots. So 10 sources, 10 destinations, apart from anything else you've got as well. And then you can also apply any of the modulation sources to the mod wheel, of course. You have unison mode, and you have an XY pad you can assign stuff to as well. Now, let's make something, let's save this. I'll just click save here, and I'll call this one, I don't know, quick pad, and I'll put it in, as soon as you click on this, you'll get the categories. I'll put it in pad, and I'll just click OK, and now we've got our quick pad in our user categories. Well, I've made my own bank, so it also has a very cool arpeggiator. So let's do this again. Let's initialize the patch. Okay, we'll init this. Let's go back to our wave. Let's choose a different, let's go and scroll back down to number 1 here. And I want something kind of percussive for this. So I'll choose a different, well, let's see what we've got down here. Yeah, that'll do. That's nice and percussive. Let's have it travel a little bit. Now let's have a look at the spectrum. And you can add noise if you want to make special effects and stuff, you know. Now you'll see this where it says W1 and there's a little asterisk and W2, and then oscillator 1 and a little asterisk and W1. This is ring modulation, okay? So this will, without even having to have oscillator wave 2 turned up, we can turn this up and then use for our tuning control here to add ring modulation to wave 1. So for instance, if we didn't have this up and we just detune this, right? So you get the idea. You can go up in semitones. I think it's plus or minus 2 octaves. So that's pretty good. But if we have the ring mod turn, let's turn it up full. But you can have this kind of blended so it's not some nuts, you know. But you can also do the same for the oscillator. So if I have oscillator so you can go nuts, you know. Let's look at wave 2. Okay, that's fine. Let's just give it a bit of... If we look at wave 2 as well, again, you can modulate the spectrum with an LFO if you wanted to. You have band pass, high pass, and low pass, and to 24 dB or 12 dB. So 24 being kind of the more dramatic cut. You also have a drive. So if we have this on pickup, do this with my fingers, it's smoother. Different types of distortion curve. On your amp envelope, you have linear, exponential, and then you have linear, exponential, and I'm guessing RCs. I'm not really sure. Oh, I see. Oh, right, I get it. It's for each one. Well, that's nice, actually. So this is logarithmic, exponential, linear. That's cool. You have different curve settings for each of the attack, decay, sustain, release. Well, that's really good, actually. This is applying the amount to our amp envelope here for the filter. Okay, time for some. No, we won't bother adding modulation. You know how it works. You choose your source, say LFO1 as a source for whatever we choose to modulate in the matrix, and we choose a destination, maybe pitch, right? So then close this. We give it an amount. Must remember to switch it on. Go to our LFO here. And we go all science fiction. Give it a little tiny bit. Let's give it some delay. Maybe some flanger. Now you also have an EQ, and the EQ is you choose which band you want to manipulate. So you choose a frequency, and then you adjust the gain for the frequency you want to adjust. And then you have a compressor. Where you can set the ratio and the threshold. Oh, that's cool. We'll bring that in. Let's look at the arpeggiator for a second. Arpeggiator is pretty cool. Let's switch it on. I'll just play. Well, you can see. I'll play this C major. So we have our clock speed. We also have another speed control here. Gate. Alternating down, alt up, random, funnel. But now, let's go alt up. You have this really nice pattern section, so click on this. Now I'm sure in the manual it tells you what that does, right? So let's speed this up a bit. Now we have normal mode, so if I hold a chord it will play the ARP. We also have a very interesting one-shot mode where it will play the ARP once and then just go back to the sound. Okay. And then it'll stop when it's run its sequence. Okay, and then you have hold, where obviously I'm just going to play a bunch of keys and it's just going to latch to the keyboard till I play all the keys. Okay, so I'll leave that latch. You have octave range. Three octaves. And then it'll go down. And if we speed this up a little bit, we have swing. And then you can choose how it resets every listen. It's easy to hear what that does, right? But it'll just be normal. Very cool. So that's the ARP. Let's bring some of this in. Even chuck in some reverb if you wanted to. I don't really think this patch needs it. So you have a really wide range of sounds. Wave 2, sorry. Calm that ring modulation down here. Let's go back to our ARP and just switch that to normal mode. I mean, again, we can just go in and just hit save here. I'll just call this ARP demo and put it into the ARP category. Okay, save. Now, the last bit, now you should be able to get, it's pretty easy to program. Let's just hit a knit. Okay. It also has, oh, sorry, I was going to say it's obviously it's quite easy to program. It's not like super complicated. I mean, you can obviously go as deep as you like, but it does come with a ton of absolutely brilliant patches. So if we look, let's look at some of these kind of, I'll start with maybe this density one that I made. So I don't know, we've got some stuff going on here. You also have, now you can get this into audio share, okay, you don't need iTunes, but you have a 4-track tape recorder, but it's beautifully designed. I made some stuff, but you know, I'm going to show you quickly a new one. To go new. So you choose a track right here. This is how you select the track you want to record. So let's choose one. You can have a metronome on if you want to. A click. It's mind-bogglingly annoying, no, so I'm not going to do that. It records like a tape recorder. Obviously, that's what it's there for. Oh, this is kind of other settings you have, you know, master tune, transpose, other kinds of overall kind of volume. But to record this, it just kind of starts. There is no counting or anything. You just kind of just hit record and it's running, right? So and it records for blinking ages and ages, you know. I don't know what the limit is. Anyway, we stop that. Wait till your thing tails out, sort of thing, if whatever. Let's just stop that there. And if we go back now, let's just hit this, you'll see that we have this kind of, I'm not sure we can zoom in and out. I don't think we can. Let's go back to our tape. However, what we can do now is, I don't even think we can edit, well, we can move it. I don't think we can cut it or anything like that. But you have your volume for that track, that particular track there. And then you can go in and choose a different sound. Maybe, I don't know, let's choose something else from somewhere else. What's this? Okay. This is just let's look at, say, all. Let's just choose, I don't know. Okay, let's just pick that patch there. I'm going to make some adjustments to the volumes, the mix. It's very easy to change the sound up. All right, so where were we? Tape and synth. Yeah, so let's start our thing off. But I'm going to hit record. So it'll play. And now it'll come in. Oh, no, it won't. Why not? Why is that then? Ah, right. Track 2. Now I can record track 2. So hit record. Let's go back to the beginning. Stop. Now we've got this. We can set a loop point here, like that. And then let's try that. I won't record anymore, but you know, you get the idea. We can also pan this stuff around. So you could make some nice textures and stuff and then export them. Okay. All right. Awesome stuff. I think I'll end it there. You get the idea. Quite easy selecting it. And I do genuinely. Oh, you've got more control over your wave and stuff as well. You can, how it's viewed. This is the visual stuff, you know. So you can swing around and look at what's going on, and then you can kind of move around through the wave. We could go full and have a look what's going on there. So you still got your thing going on. Kind of audition it there, do some other stuff. This is where you'd kind of import stuff as well. Honestly, I haven't bothered doing that. Why would you? Well, you know what I mean. You can change the color, spectrum here. You've got some tools, analyze audio tools. You can edit stuff. It's quite deep if you want to get kind of really into it. Guys, if you've watched this via Premiere, thank you very much. It's much appreciated. I'm guessing a lot of you will still have or already have Nave. I mean, I can't even say, would I advise you to buy this? I don't know. It's not AUV3. Doesn't really get any attention anymore. I wish it would, but I don't think it does. Brilliant sound note. I'm going to play a few sounds for another couple of minutes, and then, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Ta-da.
Synthmaster.